Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My online researcher, Dr. Watson, messaged me to say, by the way, came across a really intelligent husband for one of your girls. She sent me a link. Denise couldn't resist, and this is what happened. Hello Denise, he said. How are you doing? Nice to meet you. Hi there, said Denise. Hi, he said. How are you? I'm very well, thanks, said Denise. How are you? I'm cool. He said. You sounds like you're having a wonderful day today. What makes you say that? Asked Denise. Happy new month to you, he said. So, where originally are you from? And where do you live? I live in Guildford, she said. I was born in Woking. What about you? Why do you want to know where I originally came from? What an odd question. Are you conducting a survey? I was born and raised in Lens, France, he said. And before you tell me how terrible my French pronunciation is, he spelt that L-E-N''S. I moved to Detroit, Michigan after the death of my father and also my wife. So, how is the weather over there? Who's Len? Asked Denise. Which part of France is he from? But I've been working on my last contract in Mexico for over 6 years now, he said. Now I want to retire. OK, said Denise. So what you're actually telling me is that you live in Mexico? To which he sent a thumbs up. Where in Mexico? She asked. I'm in Gulf Coast of Mexico, he said. Lens, France, is the city I was born. Where on the Gulf of Mexico are you? She asked. I have my real home in Louisiana, he said. I'm at work in Gulf Coast of Mexico. I work in the rig here, and this is my retirement contract. So not Detroit, said Denise. That's about 4 places. How old are you? You sound confused. My home is in Lake Charles, Louisiana, he said. Well, it is confusing. I know where I live, said Denise. I don't usually find it confusing. Detroit is where I bought a home too, he said. How old are you? She asked again. I have different homes in different countries, he said. I'm 65. How many homes do you have? She asked. I have 4 houses, he said. Where are they? I also have a home in Paris. I have in Detroit, Louisiana, Paris, France, and New York City. Oh, said Denise. When you said different homes in different countries, I was expecting you to tell me several countries. I guess what you meant was I have 3 houses in the US and 1 in France. Wow, that's nice, he said. What's nice? Asked Denise. You're sounding like a great woman. So, how long have you been on here on Facebook? And what are your experiences on here? My grandson put me on Facebook, said Denise. What do you mean by what are your experiences on here? What are your experiences on here? I'm actually new on here, he said. No experience on here. Well, at least tell me what that question was supposed to mean, she said. So, tell me, are you happily married with kids of your own? I mean, what do you think about this platform? He asked. I have 2 children and 4 grandchildren, said Denise. My husband died 5 years ago. Platform? Are you confused, darling? This isn't Guildford Station. I mean, what do you think about people on Facebook, he asked, and the activities on here? I have no idea what you're talking about, she said. Oh, OK, he said. I see. Well, I'm a widower dad with 1 grandson called Jonah. OK, she said. So you must have a son or a daughter. I lost my daughter a year ago with her husband on a car accident on their way to Mexico for a vacation. So Jonah is now my only family after the whole loss. Ah. OK, I'm so sorry, she said. I have an elder sister too. She's 81 and very old. Apologies to my older viewers. Her name is Blondie, he said. Where does Jonah live? Asked Denise. It's OK, he said. Sometimes life goes that way. Jonah is in Louisiana with his nanny. I live with him in Louisiana when I'm in town. OK, You say you work on an oil rig. What do you do? She asked. Yes, I'm an independent contractor into oil and gas drilling platform, and I have worked with several companies. I'm currently on my last contract before I get my retirement and be home to be with Jonah. I have nothing more than 3 weeks left here. Contractor doing what? Asked Denise. We do extraction of oil and gas from the sea and oceans. I know what an oil rig does, said Denise. What do you do? I just told you that, he said. And then he called her. Denise couldn't hear him. Can I see a picture of you now? He asked. Didn't my grandson put one on here for me? She said. Yes, he said. I saw that one. Snap a picture of yourself right now, he commanded. I don't know what you mean, darling, said Denise. I have one of them digital cameras. Benji, my grandson, prints my photos for me. To which he replied, Alaye. And fairly soon you're going to find out that I've been mispronouncing that for many months, and nobody's told me. What? Asked Denise. Sorry, typo, he said. So, are you on Google Hangouts? And so, inevitably, they moved to Hangouts, where Denise found herself talking to a higher authority. In her spam requests, she found a message request from God. Hangouts thinks God is a spammer, she said. LOL, said our man. It's me, Scott, not God. Okay. That's a relief, said Denise. And then he called her. Hello, darling. The iPad tells me I'm getting a video call from God. Are you there, darling? I can't hear you, darling.
Alaye.
What, darling? Are you there? And this is me interrupting, and you've just heard our man pronounce that word correctly for you. It's not Alaye, it's Alaye. Hello, darling.
Alaye, you just.
What? I can't hear you, darling.
Hello?
I can't hear you, darling. Do you want
Alaye, why did that up? I'm angry with this.
I don't know what you're talking about, darling. I can't hear you properly.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, hello. Is that you, darling? Oh, you've disappeared, darling. It says God has left the call. My iPad says God has left the call, messaged Denise. Send me a picture of you right now, he commanded. If you give me your address, I'll post one to you. OK, he said. Hang on. And he gave her his email address. No, darling, said Denise. Your address, where you live, so I can put one in an envelope and post it to you. No need for that, he said. You send me your picture here on Hangout. I have one of them digital cameras, said Denise. My grandson Benji prints my photos for me. I mean, a picture of you from your camera, he said. I just told you, darling. My grandson prints the pictures from my camera. I can post one to you. And so he called her again.
What time is it right over there?
What time is it? It's 8:30, darling.
What?
It's 8:30, darling. What time is it where you are?
Alaye, bring your mind down now. Why you did do like this?
What are you talking about, darling? I don't understand you. What time is it in Mexico?
Alaye, relax. Don't do like that, man.
I can't hear you, darling.
Can I call you? Can I call you a video call? Like pick up the call. I want to see your face.
I don't know what you're talking about, darling.
I'm gonna call you a video call. Just pick it up, okay? I wanna see your face.
I've told you, darling, if you send me your address, I'll post you a photo.
You say what?
I said, if you send me your address, I'll post you a photo. Hello again, darling. Hello, darling.
Alaye, show me your camera. You the craze. Come on, show me your camera, Papa.
What are you talking about, darling?
Papa, I don't answer question. Show me your camera. You don't must. Who is small for you?
Have you been smoking something you shouldn't, darling?
You the craze. Come on, show me your face. You the cover camera for your Papa. Like you not go pick.
Those wacky substances are very bad for you, darling. You know, my grandson was on some
You not
once.
go collect
It
money.
wasn't
Shut up.
good.
When you talk on there, you not go collect money. This is about how you go beat your two you go touch. You the craze for there. Wait. Who is the cover camera? Come on for that camera, your Papa. Small like you. The teacher will only carry your head, your brother to play.
I have no idea what you're talking about, darling.
What is that for you? What is that? You not get dollar to pay level. Even then, I said. Well, I never get naira to pay yourself. You hear me say?
I honestly haven't
Oh
got a
boy.
clue about any word you've just said,
Yeah,
darling.
wait.
Or should I say darlings? Because there's obviously more than one of
Yeah,
you
wait.
there.
Yeah. No, you love darling. Pay attention. If you really know, say yes. You don't be a lie like us. Show me your face.
I don't know what you're talking about, darling.
Darling, wait, darling. I know what you're trying to say, darling. I just want to see your face. Your face is so beautiful, darling. I show me your face. I was not a black camera. Now you black camera. That's the one that is cheat with you. Yeah, me small.
Anyone doubt you or
Yeah. You leave me yourself when you're married. The person they're talking. Alaye. You know now. We get money to get happy. Everybody say yes, buy for money. You get money.
God, it seems, left the call again. I'm hoping this was a group of kids who had no idea what they're doing and won't ever scam anyone, but sadly, I suspect that they might get better at it. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please do all the usual things. You know, like it, share it, subscribe to my channel, comment down below, and I'll see you again in another video.